What is happening, Torch Squad family? How yous doing today? It is a beautiful Thursday, June 25th, 2020. Your boy's here. It's been a long day. Let's just leave it at that. We'll leave it at it's been a long day. Um, I started working on the old Polaris quad here, and I was just gonna do an update since I have the camera out and show you what I've did, and then I can steal these clips and put it in my videos that I'm making for it. But I actually started with my motor mounts with putting one bys in to get the motor the correct height. So I figured out what it was, what I needed. And then I took, let me show you, Big Mike made. We had this motor mount plate, and this, it was all mounted like this, all that crap on it. Doing this for my phone, peoples. It was like this, and it was like this, something like that. And it was a bunch of room. I cleaned all that up. I started off using one bys like this in there to jack the motor up. You know what I mean? And my buddy Ketchup gave me these this tubing here, square tubing or whatever you want to call it. It's actually a rectangle, but gave me that stuff, so I just took and I've just got it tacked in there for now. And then let me show you what I took. That same tubing. I gotta cut this flush here, but let me show you. So I just notched it, put them square lag bolts in there. I think they're 9/16 bolts, and screwed it in so that puppy is solid. So now I can put this bracket on the wheeler. It's actually gonna go that way. Living the flipping dream, what it do? What's up, feller? So let me see if I can pick this motor up and set over here since I got my bracket done. Boom, I'm on it. I'm on it. Let's get over here. Alright. Put y'all around. Knee. Right there? Yeah. You sit right there. No, you sit right there. Oh, Jesus. I dropped my phone. Alright. I'm just going to set y'all down. Alright, here we go. It's like it was made for it. Tripod's behind me. I just didn't get it. This is spurred moment, bro. I'll flip my camera back around. There we go. Alright, so focus. So there's our mount, guys. I gotta square everything up. I gotta square all this up. But the motor is mounted. You know what I mean? Square it up, get it where I want it. I gotta figure out this right here is an important piece. This piece, the front side of the torque, or the torque converter. So I'm gonna put a piece of pipe over that and just tack weld it. And get this front pulley. See, look, I can pull the motor out some because it needs to be like that. It's gotta be perfect. This and this have to line up. You know what I mean? Get that on. No, they sell 7/8 adapter. What? Well, Rasta B, my brother, you did this before on one of these. That's my system I'm using to mount my motor. I gotta figure out where I want it. And then, hang on a second, my neighbors. I don't know who this guy is trying to talk to my neighbor. Oh, that's the other neighbor. Okay. This shaft on this Honda was tapered. It started real small. Yeah, this is short. This is off a pressure washer. This tapered down, right? It actually tapered up to like this diameter, and we actually turned this down to use it on a go-kart. But it's not 100%, so I was gonna slide a piece of take me a long bolt, screw it into that, keep everything together, and then put a couple tacks on it, make sure it ain't gonna come and rip this thing. Yeah, this one's tapered, so I think it'll work. It's just a little 5, but it looks like it's made for this wheeler. Look at her sitting in there. It looks like it's made for it, man. It's perfect. And I can still run factory airbox. I was gonna have a problem. The shifter actually sits here, and it will not reach the this stuff because it hits the motor. It actually goes in here like that. The shifter actually fits in there like that, and these can't come over like that. So I'm gonna relocate the shifter up higher where the rods work to the rear, and then put the belt on. I should have her. I might be able to take a rip tonight on it. If I get it to where I can take a rip on it tonight, I will definitely go back live so y'all can see it. There's those stitches just sitting here. Didn't get pushed back to a spot. Just chilling in the outside of the garage. Those stitches here. Mr. Living the Flipping Dream. Mr. Living the Flipping Dream just left his quad sitting there. Move the Honda engine cover. I have not tried to remove the Honda engine cover. Frost, I might be able to and get it to fit, but all the fitment on this stuff looks pretty dang minty, and because that's factory where this goes. Actually, I don't think I have that on all the way. I don't. So my motor's going to go sit in even better than that. I need to get this all the way on and bolted in. Then get my fitment for my motor where I'm actually going to put the motor in here. And then get all this worked out. And then she'll be ready to fire up and run. 15 hours, want to eat, play some video games, and crash. No problem, Mr. Dorito. Work to get you. But I got this, got that, and I actually was holding the torque converter covers over, and everything fits. Yes, dude, it has a pulse pump. So I think Honda pressure washer motors have pulse pumps. I don't think I'm gonna need the pulse pump though. I'm just gonna probably gravity feed the factory Polaris tank. This thing should run for like 4 years on this one tank of gas. This thing at all, even if it's super slow, and I can play around on it. That's how we're gonna do it. It's gonna be sick. But I'm pretty excited for Polaris here. Brakes work amazing. I got all the stuff to put the 4-wheel drive back up. Put a little crank in. Oh, that's too much work. That's too much work, Doug. Simple and easy from this side. Might benefit from some pressure. Yeah, I'll try it with and without it roasted and see what happens. But pretty sweet design on the motor mounts there. The bolt actually runs up through the bottom. It actually runs up through, and then you just put your nut on, tighten it down. So that way, after I weld this in, you just unbolt it and pull it off. Has a belt for the cam. I like those motors. I don't know. I'm not sure. But even where the exhaust runs, I can take, and as much room as I have, I can take and come out and probably go on that side and go down and put an exhaust on it to where it's not blowing out the front too, if it works. So I'm pumped. Everybody's pumped. But look at that fitment, guys. Looks like it's made for it. We're gonna see what a 5 horsepower pressure washer motor does on a Polaris 300 4-wheel drive. Dude, I know, Kane, dude, it fits so good on there. I can even run the freaking factory airbox on this motor. There's all my carburetor stuff on the other motor, but I need to get my throttle cable and stuff hooked up first. What was the engine size before? It was a 300. But this, well, got all the stuff out of the way. All the wires. The factory airbox should go on here. There's plenty enough room to get the factory airbox on. So it should be good. Yeah, I think it was 300 Prairie, I think. 300 Prairie 4-wheel drive. Still got decent tread on the tires. She hopefully will be a little ripper. And if it does, we'll ride it and then do the video, and then somebody needs something to ride. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, this one is low, high, and reverse is what this is. So I hope all that stays the same, because all we're doing is turning this front. So the transmission should do everything else for me. So turned out great, or it's turning out great. It's actually pretty simple to install on a Prairie 300. Just gotta take one motor mount out. Bolt it right up, and the shaft was meant for that. It was off the Telltale 4-wheel drive 4-wheeler. Yeah, this is not shaft drive, it's chain driven. It's a chain driven quad. As you can see there's the front back chain, there's the front chain, and then there's another chain that goes on the other side to make it 4-wheel drive. We're going to try it with 2-wheel drive first, just to see what happens, and then if we're feeling froggy, we'll hook the 4-wheel drive up. So much love, guys. Thank you for coming in, hanging out with your boy for a minute. I need some tips to this. Be looking for another update video probably here shortly. I'm about to eat me some dinner and call my kiddos. I don't know. Much love. Y'all have your notification bell on, because we might go live a little later and show you what we did, updated on the 4-wheeler, see how far I've got from right now. Rock crawler's fine with me, Ross to be. That's plenty fun for me. They don't need to be fast. Creep and crawl will be awesome. But yeah, stick around. We might come back on here in a little while. I'm gonna fill a fart and see how much more we can get done. Until next time, guys.